How are we doing, guys? LUFC, Salford 0, Leeds 3, match review of the game. It was a nice and professional performance. We were far from our best, but we were professional. It was a second string team. And yeah, it's a good win at the end of the day. It's a good run out. But yeah, I felt we could have been better, but we could have been a lot worse. It was a pretty 7 out of 10 performance for me. I thought we could have done certain elements of the game better, but we were nice and clinical on the day. First 40 minutes I felt were sloppy. We're giving some horrendous balls away, just little simple 5-10 yard passes. And we're working the ball well out wide. We always had that overload out wide. Salford set up with a 3-5-2 system or a 3-1-4-2, whichever way you want to say it. And it very much only had sort of like one player out wide. The full-back, the wide, the wing-back even was probably their only real option out wide. So we had the real easy opportunities to overload them 2v1. With our full-backs pushing forwards, our wingers out wide. On the right hand side we had Berardi, Costa. Left hand side it was Alioski and Clark. We had those opportunities to overload them, and we didn't really take advantage of it in the first half. I felt we wasted a lot of opportunities out wide to cross the ball in. There was only really one dangerous ball in off Alioski, but the rest were all wasteful balls into the box. Either over hitting them or hitting the wrong type of crossing. Trying to loop a ball into the box when we're up against sort of 6'5", 6'5" centre backs. It's not good with that kind of aspect of the game. So sort of the first 40 minutes were a little bit disappointing, but we had that one moment of quality before half time. Lovely slide rule ball from Jim Shackleton into Helder Costa. First time to Eddie Nketiah, and it's 1-0 Leeds. It's a debut goal for Eddie Nketiah as well. Lovely bit of movement. He had a quiet first 40 minutes because he was quite isolated up front, but they showed that quality, that bit of movement, and a nice clinical finish as well. And then second half, much better in the second half. Again, it went quiet sort of last 15-20 minutes, but we did create a lot more in the second half, a lot more clear-cut chances. We get the second goal. Again, maybe a slightly mishit corner off Helder Costa, but Gaetano Berardi, fantastic striker's bit of movement. What a goal off Berra, to be fair. He had a poor first half, but second half, he was one of the best players on the pitch, I felt, in the second half. He moved into centre-back, and I thought he was a lot better in that. Lovely bit of movement, a striker-like finish. Get Berra off his back heel, and it's 2-0 Leeds. And after that, you think, we're a bit more comfortable now. We've got a second goal, and Salford have got to come out at us. And then the spaces started to open up after that point. We started to have a lot of counter-attacking opportunities, especially Costa. I felt came alive in that second half. Jack Clark had a bit more joy on that left-hand side as well. And it was pretty comfortable after that point. We get the third goal, superb bit of work off Matej's Click, clear the ball out of the corner of the counter-attack. Great bit of movement off Matej's Click through the middle. Again, he picks up those counter-attacking positions so well, and he takes full advantage of this one. A top finish off Matej's Click in what was otherwise quite a quiet night for Matej's Click. But again, he's one of those players like Pablo. He can have a quiet 89 minutes, but he produces that one moment of quality pretty much every game that decides games for us, and he's absolutely critical to this team in an attacking sense. And we get the third goal. Eddie Nketiah has a chance through on goal, similar to Bamford's chances against Nottingham Forest, where he's through on goal, and he's got the opportunity to lob it over the keeper. He puts a little bit too much on it, but good bit of movement to get into that position. Paddy Bamford came on. He had the chance with 10 minutes to go. Again, a poor bit of defensive play off Salford. They lay the ball off to us, and Bamford's through on goal. It's a bit of a tight angle, but I think he could have took the ball around the keeper or just done something else with it. He tried to take the ball the first time, the shot the first time. It's a good save off the keeper. But again, there were certain aspects of the performance which I wasn't too happy with. Certainly the passing quality wasn't great. We weren't really, we didn't really, what's the best word for it? We didn't really seriously put Salford on the back foot. I felt our passing, sort of like combinations. So there's little glimpses of it, but I just felt we could have had that little bit more quality. A big worry for me was crosses into the box. So they came in with too much ease during the game. On the right hand side, on the left hand side, we just didn't stop him at all. And Kiko was not dealing with him at all. He was going for balls he couldn't get anywhere near to, and then there was balls that were coming like 2 or 3 yards away from him, and he wasn't going for them. It was really frustrating from that point of view. Second half especially, I felt Kiko really started to struggle on crosses, and that's a concern. I think against Wigan, if you're watching that, if you're Paul Cook watching that, you're telling the teams to put balls into that box against us. We've not got much height at the back. Only really Ben White looks like winning a header at the minute, and obviously Kiko is looking dodgy on crosses. But look, I don't want to go into the negatives too much. There were some good performances tonight individually. I felt James Shackleton was good tonight. Eddie Nketiah, of course, I've mentioned. Helder Costa looked nice and lively, probably his best performance so far out of the 3 games. No sort of like coincidence that is when he's had a full 90 behind him as well. Ben White again. Ben White probably my man of the match tonight. I just thought again, He had a challenge tonight. He did have a challenge, no mistake about it. He was up against two strikers, big strikers, physical strikers, who were giving him a different kind of threat to what he had against Forest. Obviously, it was more about sort of like power and height and that lot, and he dealt with it. You know, Beasley had a good 2-3 foot on him, but White dominated him really for me. And I thought it was just a really, once again, I just felt he was so calm on the ball. You know, so many situations when the ball's been fizzed into him from one of the Salford players, and he's just, you know, taking the chest down, he's getting the head down. He's just dealing with the situation. He's not being rash. He's never ever been rash at all over his first 270 minutes as a Leeds player, if you like. He's just not being rash at all. He's just looking at the situation. He's reading the situation. He's dealing with it. He's not going into it with 2 feet. He's not panicking. He's just dealing with the situations, and it's absolutely superb so far with Ben White. Leif Davis again. I thought Leif Davis had a really good game at centre back, and then moved on to left back and got forward well at left back. I thought, to be fair, Leif Davis would be a contender for star man. I thought the centre backs were good tonight. Just the full backs at times, Alioski, Berardi, certainly in the first half, struggled with crosses coming into the box. Improved a little bit in the second half in that score. But yeah, I think KP again. KP, I think, had made 100 passes tonight, 50 more than any other player. Was things to stat I've seen, you know, passed around about KP. Yeah, and again, you expect of KP, broke up play nicely. Again, he had a good performance. So yeah, it's a good 90 minutes for the lads. I did want to see a little bit more, you know, a little bit more sort of ease concerns about, you know, players being able to step in if we got injuries. But all in all, I can't have too many complaints. It's a 3-0 win at Salford in what could have been potentially a really, really tough game. We took our chances. We've been much better in the second half. So all in all, got to be positive about it, guys. And then we go on to Wigan as well, guys. And but yeah, another quick thing to mention as well before Joe gets his review out. If you haven't seen already, the legend, another contender for man of the match as well, Phil Hay, absolutely top guy. Phil Hay gave Joe Wainman a lift to the game today because Joe Wainman broke down in I can't remember what service station it was now. But yeah, anyway, absolutely top man Phil Hay. Make sure you watch out for that. I'm sure it will be mentioned in Joe's review after the game. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing a live watch along as well tonight, guys. Hope you enjoyed that too. But yeah, plenty more content coming out, guys. Make sure you check out Conor's Championship Roundup if you haven't done already. Joe Wainman's Monday Night Football, which was yesterday. Make sure you check out both of those videos, guys. And I will be doing another ALTV Investigates as well. I've spoken to an Arsenal fan today about Eddie Nketiah. Some very, very interesting viewpoints about Eddie. And I can't wait to produce that video for you guys to watch. Hopefully later on this week. But if not later on this week, early on next week. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Salford 0, Leeds 3, into the next round of the Cup. Let's see who we get. See you later, guys.